All right, guys. Hey, we're in Valdosta, Georgia, and we are at Stogies Downtown. So it is in the middle of downtown, as it says in the name, and it is very nice down here. Very nice and charming for a cigar place. So let's go on and check it out. All right, side Stella. All right, you see they got outdoor seating, and here we go. Hey, Mike, right?
Yeah.
Or is it Michael?
Yeah, it's Mike.
Mike, nice to meet you.
Michael, just don't call me late for dinner.
All right, excellent.
Also known as Stogie Mike.
Stogie Mike.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go with Stogie Mike.
Welcome.
Excellent. I love the location. This is a great location.
Yeah, Valdosta is a really old city, and originally wasn't supposed to be the county seat, but it was moved here closer to the railroad tracks and grew from there. And
Wow.
now we're a city of about 70,000. We have a major Air Force Base here and a beautiful university. So,
What university?
Valdosta State University, four-time Division II champion,
Wow.
national champion.
Very nice.
Playing today too, oddly enough.
So we're not Georgia fans here then?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of Georgia fans, a lot of VSU fans.
Yeah.
Gosh, our high school football teams have done amazing over the last.
The Vikings, right?
The Vikings are the Lowndes County Vikings. The most winningest program, I think, still in the United States is the Valdosta City Schools, the Wildcats. And I don't remember how many championships they have as far as state championships and national championships, but they have a huge record.
So some
very
major,
historic.
Major football players come from here.
A lot of local stuff.
That's
it's
awesome.
Really great.
Well, I love. Look at these. Are these all new seats?
Relatively new. We've had them a couple of years, but
wow, y'all take good care of them.
Tried to freshen it up. Some of the older ones are still in the back, but we'll get to that after a bit.
Wow.
You know, it's interesting about this building. You know, you can see a lot of the brickwork here. It was renovated, of course, but it's one of the older buildings in town. It goes back to the late 1800s, I believe. And some of the old pictures that are around are rather fascinating because there was a number of different things it used to be over time. And they actually had a big billboard painted on the side, just like they used to paint art on buildings. And
right.
You'll still see that today. But it was one of the old have a cigar thing, have a Tampa thing. And all.
Nice. How long have y'all been here?
We've been here about 10 and a half years.
10 and a half years.
Yeah.
Nice. Excellent. So what did you do before this?
I have a potpourri of careers.
A potpourri of careers.
I started off with about 17 years in radio broadcasting.
Nice.
And from there, I kind of moved along to a advertising agency printing business and remained in that for about 9-10 years until the owner asked me if I'd like to go out and manage a little meeting center that he was putting together on a farm outside of town. And I said, sure. And that turned into Wild Adventures 10 years later or so.
Wow.
And all. So I was general manager of that for a number of years. And
that is
and of course
awesome.
now it's run by Hirsch and Family Entertainment.
Correct. Were you there when Hirsch and Family was running it?
No, I was gone about a year.
A year? Okay, so you wouldn't have known, because I used to work for them. I worked for Hirsch and Family when I was doing, when I had a production company, and we shot commercials there.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun. I got to play with alligators and giraffes, elephants, and I got to go in the cage with tigers.
Oh yeah, the animal facet of the park is what makes it so special.
Yes.
It's an amazing place, and I'm glad it's lasted as long as it has, and I hope it has many years to go.
Yeah, well, I know Hirsch and Family is a strong company, so hopefully everything will go well.
Yeah,
because they've done well with Dollywood, Branson, Missouri, Silver Dollar City, the aquariums up in New Jersey, which is right across from Philly. I guess they call it the Philly Aquarium, but it's really in Camden. So, but that's awesome. Small world.
It is.
Yes.
It's strange. And
yes.
It's strange to find it here in Valdosta, Georgia. But
yes.
Hey,
excellent.
Look what happened to Disney World. It was out in a swamp to begin with.
That's true. Yes, that is true. And now look at it. It's its own little city, own little country, basically.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, show me around. I love this. Is so awesome looking.
Being one of the old type stores in the downtown area from late 1800s, and most of them are fairly narrow.
Right.
They're narrow and long, and usually there's a couple of them put together. This building actually has 2 stores side by side. It's separated by a stairway that goes upstairs, and that's where the owner of the building lives. But the building's actually 2 units, and but it works for us.
Is he a cigar smoker, the owner?
He is.
Nice.
He is. One of my best customers.
I can imagine. I'd want to. If I owned a building.
He's an engineer, and so when he took this building, he made it physically sound as well, because it needed some engineering. It was so old and all, so it was just natural for him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love when they save the old buildings downtown and the brickwork and everything. It looks so nice.
Yeah, there's people that are working on downtown Valdosta to keep it sound and whole. We had a kind of like a VRBO type thing that opened up on the next corner. And it has done very well. It has about 3 floors of rooms in it, and then they've got a coffee shop down at the bottom.
Right.
So it's been really
nice. You need to get it.
No, I'm just gonna turn that off.
I saw on your website there's a game room here or something.
It's not really a game room, but it's got a dartboard, and it has some Cuban dominoes. Cuban domino table. It was made down in Miami.
Yeah.
And it's really kind of neat.
Well, let's start there. That looks like fun.
Sure.
Yeah, I think Domino's is definitely a fixture of cigar shops.
Yep. It's a bit of a catch-all table right now. But, we put some reading material back, but if anybody wants, and we get people that clear this off and they drag it out and put some chairs around it, and they have a battle.
Nice.
Which is a lot of fun.
And then you
nice TV and the dartboard and all.
Yep.
But a nice place for everybody to just sit around and enjoy.
Okay, so you told me that there was an Air Force Base here.
Yes. Moody Air Force Base.
Which one?
Moody Air Force
Moody,
Base.
Is that new or old name?
Old name.
They keep changing everything all the time.
It was actually named after a pilot or commander up the base, I believe.
Right. Yeah.
Shame on me.
But, I can't keep up anymore because they've changed them, and they changed them back, and it's just like it's hard to keep up with everything.
The base was built in the World War II era for pilot training.
Nice.
More often now. Right now, its mission is rescue, attack, rescue. And,
so I'm looking up there, Rescue Wing. All these are from there?
Yep. These actually are a little old. They were given to us over time. Different squadrons have brought them down when they've had them. So we like to recognize them. We have the A-10s are up there right now, but of course they're being decommissioned over the next year or two. And they'll be gone from here, I believe, the end of next year.
The A-10, that's the Warthog, right?
Warthog, that's correct.
That was a beast.
Yeah, and we're getting F-35s in to replace them.
Nice. So, another beast.
Another loud beast.
Yes.
But it's the sound of freedom,
Yes, it is. Yeah. Amen to that. And it's not cheap.
Yeah. And then we have our name title town, Valdosta is, title town, and that has to go with all the titles that have been won here over the years. The signatures up there are from some of the coaches of Valdosta State University.
Wow.
Were nice enough to sign our banner.
I love the dart game because, like, sometimes I don't want to just sit and relax. Sometimes I want to play darts and be a little bit active when I'm smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
I think the darts are nice. I've seen it one place down in Florida, but it was more of a bar instead of a cigar lounge.
Yeah.
So it was kind of out in the middle of everything.
Between the darts and the dominoes and such, it's very social. And you can sit here,
and that's
enjoy
what it's
a cigar,
supposed to be.
watch the game, whatever it is.
Yeah. You start betting cigars on it. Exactly.
It can get costly.
It could. Very
good
much
for us.
Yes. So, love the building. So, and then
and then we have storage in I have an office in the back as well.
And then you got a nice bar.
Yep.
So
we have beer, we have wine, nice selection of beer, and good selection of wine, and we have alcohol as well. And we started that on St. Patrick's Day of this year.
Oh wow! So that's new.
Yeah, relatively new, and we've been trying to do that for a number of years. The city council was kind enough to redo their ordinance regarding having retail operations that don't have food, to be able to have alcohol down here in the historic district.
Nice.
And it's great. I mean, it's been good for us, and it's very, the fact that cigars are very civil.
Yes.
Thing to do, and such. Everybody has good respect for that, and it's not like going to a bar at 2 o'clock in the morning.
That is true. They're not doing shots. They're drinking something nice and smooth, and they want to enjoy the cigar with a nice enjoyment of a drink.
Absolutely.
So I see that you've got wine. I see that you got a nice bar. Do you have, and I know you get the Air Force people in here and the locals, but have you seen an increase in women?
A little bit. Not great.
Yeah.
Don't know why. We're working on that, just like everybody else is.
Yeah.
But it's interesting in that cigar lounges and such, the ages and such, it doesn't tend to skew as much to young women as it used to be.
Yeah.
In some of the bigger cities, I think you find that a lot.
Yeah, so like some of the bigger cities, it's one of the top growing demographics. This is great. The bar's new. Everything is the alcohol. The bar's been here though, right?
Yeah. Actually, this was a cigar store a year and a quarter or so before we took it over.
Excellent.
And they moved out. Didn't work out well for them.
Yeah.
So my partner got together with the owner upstairs, and they've known each other for years, and here we are.
Nice. And, well, excellent. Well,
so that's a lot of this, all of the woodwork and the bar and a lot of other stuff was already here.
Nice.
So we didn't have to sink a whole lot into it, which is good because we probably wouldn't have done it. But
and you didn't have to reinvent the wheel.
No.
That's always makes things easier.
Yeah.
So let's go see the heart of this.
Absolutely. Excuse me, Stella.
Stella's just like in the way of everybody. She makes herself at home.
That's good.
She has been trained really well. If I stop, she stops.
Oops. Sorry, girl.
Hey, Stella. Come on.
Come on. This is our humidor. As modest as it is for a small store, but we pack a lot into it, and try to bring new things every once in a while, so that folks get to try different things that are out there. You learn a lot when you go to the shows, and you talk to people, and the reps come down and work with us as well. So you find stuff from the basic core stores, manufacturers and such too.
Right.
And then you find a few things that you don't normally see.
There's like over 1,000 different cigars.
Oh yes.
I mean, it's just amazing how many types there are.
Yep.
So, and the palette is from one extreme to the other extreme, and so there's a million different ways to go. So, what do you find that does the best here?
As far as size, a Toro.
Or no,
as far as type of cigar, more Maduros. I can't really specifically tell you one brand over another because they're really spread out here. That's the interesting thing about Valdosta is they have their favorites, but they try new stuff as well too. And we brought the Crux in not too long ago, only a couple of months, and they've done very well so far. People are really enjoying them, discovering them. But they still have their favorites, and they go back to that. But from Fat Bottom Betty's, from Drew Estates, all the way up to Padrones, there's a lot of stuff in between.
Right.
Whether it's sweet or not sweet, but it's the potpourri of customers that we have, it's the whole gamut. And
so you don't see one brand over the others that you do better with?
Well, it's skewed because there are certain people that buy cigars from us that buy a lot of cigars from us, and that skews the numbers really heavy toward one. But I have about 5 different brands that do very well,
right?
And the others are all on a level from there.
Okay, so what's your cigar?
That's interesting, and it's a common question asked to every tobacconist, and we all have different ways of answering it. I tell someone who comes in and asks me that, especially new smokers, what's my favorite? I'll say, a lot of it depends on what time of day it is, what I'm going to eat, what I might have eaten, what I'm in the mood for, and you got to remember what you like, I may not like, and what I might like.
Well, I will say that is a very good political answer.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But if you had a go-to cigar, like I know mine is the Chateau Fuente.
Yeah.
I like the 30-minute one. I grew up on it, and I know there's better cigars, but it's always consistent.
Yeah.
Now, and I'm starting to love the Rocky Emerald. I had one of those. I think it's a great cigar. Yes. Yeah. And I'm also liking the 60s.
Hi, guys, fans, followers. I am Belkis Sanchez, and I am here with the superstar Stella from Cigar Stella's and Me. Now, there is going to be a very special box of 60, one of my personal favorite cigars from Rocky Patel, being raffled when we reach 1,000 followers. So I don't know what you're waiting for. Make sure that you follow us, and of course, follow Stella. Thank you so much, guys. And whoo, look at you, baby. Yep, we're talking about you. Follow and watch all the amazing cigar content that we put together. Mwah. See you around.
It's a good substitute to replace my Opus X's that are so hard to find.
Yes.
But my go-to, if I can't figure out, I have no idea what I want to smoke, it's always a Chateau Arturo Fuente. So I know you got one. What is your go-to? There's 7 out of 10 times you're going to grab that one.
I really like Perdomos a lot.
Uh-huh.
And I like the 10th anniversary Maduro.
Right.
A good bit. It's very, very good smoke. But I've gotten to like the 20th anniversary a little bit more.
Right.
It's been a little while since I had one. Then we started carrying it again, and I enjoyed that. So I'm kind of a Perdomo guy.
Yep.
But I like some Rockies. I do love the Emerald. It's a fine smoke.
Yes.
And
they really did great with that.
Yeah, they sure did. And the Disciple is also a really good smoke.
I don't think I've had the Disciple.
Yeah.
With Rocky, they make some that are just average.
Yeah.
Like everybody makes average, but they're higher end stuff. The good stuff. I really enjoyed the Disciple. I've been told, I just haven't really been able to have a chance to get one.
Yeah.
But the Perdomo, I just had the Shade Grown last month. They had a party down in Tequesta, and I got to meet the owners and have one of those cigars.
Oh.
So it's a great story. I mean, I made the joke of, oh, you plant these under a shade tree. And they go, no, we have cheesecloth over 300 acres. I was like, wow. And that just goes to show you that has to be done by hand.
Yeah.
And everything is done by hand for these cigars. And it's just such an amazing industry that I don't know of anything that's not done by hands anymore. All of the cutting is by hand.
Yeah.
You don't have any machines. Like in baking, you got machines to bake and stuff. But it's all by hand. And there's 300 people that touch a cigar. And it's just amazing. So
it's also amazing when you talk to your customers as well, and you try to give them some education about cigars and the process that takes it from seed to packaging.
Yeah.
And all the things in between, and the hundreds of hands that touch the tobacco and all. And you want to know why your cigar is anywhere between $10 and $36 or $56 or 100, whatever it is.
Yep.
It's because there's a lot that happens with it.
It is, and you know, and I've seen it. You know, the chateaus I used to buy were like, I was up in Gouldsville, Tennessee, and they were, I want to say $375 or $475, and now they're like what, 12? This was a long time ago.
What was the name of that joint? I've seen our cigars that have gone from $6, $7 or so when we started out, and those cigars are now $13, $14.
Yeah, this was 25 years ago.
Yeah.
So I have to remember, okay, things have changed, but it's like they were so cheap back then. And my memory is, it's just like, but I just remember yesterday, and it's like that was a long yesterday.
Well, another great way for people who are starting cigars for the first time or very new into it and trying to figure out what they want is looking at some of the packs that are out there these days, and more manufacturers are putting them out.
Yeah,
and it's a great way to sample different types of cigars because they'll have them from different regions as well.
See, I wish my editor would do that. He's been smoking cigars now for a couple of years, but he's still stuck on the basic intro cigars, which are the fat bottom Bettys and stuff. He can't go to a real cigar yet. But you can't laugh about that. I promise I would never make fun of him again in season 1. So
you got to leave that in there, editor.
Yeah, see, I keep telling him he's got to get it up to a bigger cigar, more manly cigar. Now, all kidding aside, those are great starter cigars.
They are. We sell a boatload.
Oh, yeah, everybody. You cannot have a cigar shop without those cigars.
Yeah.
I mean, they are so important to the new generation of smokers. Yes. And so, I mean, it's fun to make fun of them, but in all seriousness, they take up a lot of the market.
But you like what you like.
Yes, you do.
And he likes what he likes, and you do, and I do, and
so if he was our age, he probably would have been one of those guys that drank wine coolers all the time.
He's sitting there going,
yeah. Or what was the Mad Dog wine or whatever?
MD 2020.
Yeah, MD 2020.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
He would have.
I remember those days.
Yes, exactly. So
I'm older than you are.
Not by much. So what are you in 60s?
No, good bit beyond that.
Okay. So. Well, you look good for your age.
Thank you.
Yeah. So well, this is a great place. So. And then you got seating outside.
We do. We don't have monsoons, but it's really nice some days to sit out there. This past week has been beautiful, and the late afternoons and evenings have been really nice because they've gotten down into the 70s. It's comfortable sitting out there.
Excellent.
But I'll tell you, on a hot summer day in South Georgia, nobody sits out there.
No. So a lot of places have shows. Do y'all do shows?
We do. Our reps come down every once in a while. It's a little hard for them because a lot of the reps are stationed either in South Florida or in Atlanta or in South Carolina or something like that. So we're kind of like in the hinterlands, as far away as you possibly can get.
So you're like right on the border of all three markets.
Yep. My Perdomo guy I probably see more because he lives in Jacksonville.
Yep.
And he goes by us all the time.
Nice.
So it's very good. And they're happy when they can do it to come in and do a cut and light or something like that so that our customers can learn more about their cigars. And so we'll get one about every other month or something.
Yep.
And we have a little cigar club that my partner, Tim, put together, it's 15 years ago, 20 years ago. It might have been longer than that. But it meets down here on every third Tuesday. And it's a group of about 10, 15 guys and other customers that roll in and out. It's a really nice social gathering. And we'll do some of those on that night as well because we know we've got folks that are going to be here. And we learn about new cigars. That's when Crux came in and we did it with them. We've done some demonstrations with little fumas with some of them in the past where we'd sample a filler, a binder, and then a wrapper, just the tobacco itself, and then put it all together and give them the cigar that they were from, the parts from, and they got a chance to see all the different parts and taste those parts, and then taste how they came together.
Nice.
And that's something you don't see much of anymore.
Right.
But that was so well received, and it usually is by any store that's got them, because it's a great education for the customers, and they learn a lot more about cigars and the whole experience of it.
Right. And that's one of the things I like to show is the education. I'm not the greatest tester of cigars. I can taste some things and I don't know all of it, but having people talk about the industry and what's the etiquette, the tobaccos, everything putting together makes it more than just smoking a cigar like that. You could be smoking a cigarette. It's not much different, but then you learn to appreciate it.
Yeah.
You become an aficionado of the cigar. And that's what we want, along with bringing the communities that we want to highlight, because the communities are so important. I mean, I grew up in a community where everybody knew everybody, and I feel like America's gotten away from that. But at cigar shops, you go in and everybody's friendly. I haven't really been to one that hasn't been friendly. And I've been in all different types of cultural cigar places, and it's always the same. Hey, how you doing? Have a seat. What's going on? How's your day? And it's always friendly. And that's what I love. And you can be a doctor, you can be a lawyer, you can be a construction worker, you can be a retail seller. But when you come in here and have a cigar, you're the same as everybody else.
Absolutely.
It's a level playing field. Yeah. And everybody treats everybody respectfully. And that's what I love is nobody is mean to other cigar smokers. Now, I mean, they could be mean if they wanted to the Yankee fans or to Green Bay Packer fans, but that's a whole nother story that I keep complaining about. How
you doing with that?
Well, last year I did good. The Vikings beat the Packers twice. This year, I'm a little worried about my quarterback. It's our first game's Monday, and he's probably got one of the best offenses. Every weapon is in the top 10, 15. All the receivers are in the top 15. The tight end is in the top 5. Running backs in the top 5. Lines in the top 5. I just want to see his first real play.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, if he does like Brady did his first year and just manages it, doesn't do anything stupid, they could.
Yeah.
I mean, they only lost to 2 teams last year, the Rams and the Lions. So twice each, but sadly.
I'm a huge Bills fan myself.
I feel sorry for the Bills.
For about 4.5 years, and I became a big Bills fan.
So you're part of the Bills Mafia?
Yeah.
Yes.
Proud to be. And
I would be okay with the Bills winning. I like Josh Allen. If anybody deserves one, I think he does. I mean,
I think they all do. I think the city of Buffalo does.
Yes. Well, they're in the same boat as the Vikings, 4 losses. Yeah. So, yeah, I think they're the only 2 that have 4 losses. There's a team that has 5, but they also have a win, I think.
But that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time.
We don't want to think about
that. No. Yeah, so no, that's awesome. All right, so I always ask to recommend a cigar. I smoke anything from a Connecticut to an Opus X to something strong, medium, sweet, which I hate the sweets, but I want to try something new. And I see some things that I've never tried, but what would you suggest to somebody that says, my palate's kind of all over the place, and I want to try something new and different, and I've had Perdomas, I've had Arturo Fuentes, I've had the Romeo and Juliet, the Padrones and stuff. So what would you suggest to me?
Well, since you've tried all these other cigars too, I might suggest trying the Bull and Bear from the Crux folks.
The Bull and Bear?
Yeah, the blue one there. It's a good cigar. Received rave reviews from group that buys them here. I enjoyed it when I had it, and it has a little bit of smoky and sweetness in the taste, and it doesn't have a lot of bite to it. It's just very kind of pleasant smoke all the way through.
Okay,
it's a nice roll too, and
then this is what I'm going to try today. I'm going to buy one of these today.
Give them a review.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to put.
One of the things about being a tobacconist and tobacconist in any store, and when people come in and say, hey, what do you recommend that I smoke for the day too? Any good tobacconist is going to ask them a lot of questions.
Right.
They're going to say, let's start at the beginning. How long have you been smoking cigars? Well, if it's been 5 years, then you can nail it down to pretty much what their core is. And,
okay, 25 years.
There.
So what's your other questions?
Well, do you like a lighter cigar, a medium cigar, a bolder cigar? Do you like, rich, dark, creamy wrappers? Do you like Connecticut type wrappers or Connecticut seed?
I'm more of a Connecticut unless I'm at home. If I'm at home, I like a more bolder or darker cigar. So if it kicks my butt, I'm not driving.
Yeah, and it depends on what you're drinking too.
That's true. Well, being diabetic,
have a little wine or a little bourbon or something.
Being diabetic, I don't drink unless it's a Celsius. So come on, Celsius, we're waiting on that sponsorship.
I've seen those. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but you try to kind of zone in on especially new cigar smokers.
Right.
They may have been doing pipes. They may have been cigarette smokers. They may never had cigars before. So
right.
You got places you want to start. You talked about sweet cigars like a Fat Bottom Betty or something along that line, or we even have flavored cigars, fruity cigars,
right?
Tatiana, Groovy Blues, and things like that. Ladies like those because they're very mild and they've got a little fruity taste in them, or another odor in it that they find pleasant, whether it's vanilla or rum or whatever.
Right.
But it's just trying to determine what is going to be pleasurable to them at that point in time, and kind of talk them through it, get them lit, and then get them lit.
Nice. So I know I came on a day and you got surprised that you're having a bachelor party. Do y'all have a lot of bachelor parties here?
Well, they come and they go. We don't have a lot of them. There's a little event center on the next corner called the Patterson, and they have several different types of events over there, from weddings to meetings.
So you're kind of trying to take the place of Nashville, where all the brides go, and you get the bachelors down here.
Yes. And we can't accommodate a huge group because that room is only so big.
Yeah.
But we have some pretty nice groups that come down.
Nice.
On a fairly regular basis, and even a pipe group stops in every once in a while, and they go to the back and they'll sit around, have a pipe, smoke, and a few drinks.
Nice.
It's just a nice social place for people to come, and we like to make it inviting.
So, one more question. What is the highest ranking official from the Air Force that you've had here?
We have had the Secretary of the Air Force here.
Wow.
We have some great community organizations in Valdosta. I'm part of one. It's called Red Carpet of South Georgia. It's a nonprofit organization started by the Chamber of Commerce many years ago. And what it is, it's a welcoming organization to new officers and senior NCOs to Valdosta and to the base. And you ask most Air Force guys that have been stationed here, they love Moody and they love the community because of the way the community gathers around Moody Air Force Base.
Nice.
And Red Carpet has evolved over the years into a 501c3 and removed from the chamber so we could do more for the community, Moody community. And now the organization does scholarships for airmen so they can do continuing education while they're in the Air Force or after. And that's given out every year. And it's several scholarships that we do. And we just started small and went up. And
that's
the
awesome.
board that has it now, I'm kind of like an ex officio because I was one of the first board members when we separated from the chamber. They're doing a marvelous job, and we have dinners on a beautiful pond down in Lake Park, which is south of here, and that's where they get introduced to the community, all the sponsors of the dinners, and we have a traditional fried chicken dinner, which goes back many, many years to the beginning of all of this, and that's where we get introduced to them, they get introduced to the sponsors, and it's a great partnership. And then we do other things up there as well. Red Carpet does dinners for spouses when their spouse is deployed. They'll have like drive-through dinners, and we feed the family, and they take it off and go home and such. And,
very nice.
And there's other things that's done during the course of the year that try to help them out with that, and I'll text it to you.
Okay, so that's an awesome thing that you're doing. So, is there a way that we can help? I mean, is there like a donation page or something like that that we can offer help, or how do y'all go about that?
Well, most of our donations come through the sponsorship of these dinners that we do, and we have others. We have been very fortunate to have some private donations given to the organization to be able to do some of the scholarships with, which has been fantastic. And sure, anybody who wants to contribute to this is certainly more than welcome to, and there's a way to get in touch with us on the Facebook page as well. Awesome.
All right, we're going to definitely make sure that's on there, because that sounds like a great cause, helping those people that are coming here, they don't know anybody, the wives, that their husbands just left, they've got children. I mean, there's so much that we can do for our military.
And I don't want to sound like I'm bragging about it, but I can't tell you how many Air Force folks, from young ones to old ones retired, have said Valdosta was the most welcoming community we ever went to, and that means so much to us.
Yeah, freedom is not cheap.
Not.
And the least that we can do is to help them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So definitely. Well, let's head outside. So I mean, we don't want to take up all the space in here.
Yeah.
And let's go.
Well, they can't buy cigars. We're in the way of the door.
That's right. So we gotta go. So now this is a nice room.
Yeah, I pulled you in here so we can get out of the way.
Yeah.
So.
Come here, Stella.
But it's just another little sitting area.
Yep. Excellent.
Come on in here and let this man get his cutter. This is Kenny. This is a good
Kenny.
friend and one of our longest customers.
Nice. Good. Nice to see you. This is Stella.
And Mike.
Yep. Check us out on Cigars, Stella and me on YouTube.
Okay.
So this is where this will be.
All right.
So yes. So, well, all right, I'm going to smoke the cigar that you gave me, and I'm going to just have a seat and enjoy the atmosphere.
Yeah, you're welcome to come up front, sit around with us for a little while.
Yeah, definitely.
Do what you need to do.
All right, excellent.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it has.
Thank you.
Thank you. Guys, this is a great place. I've been watching. There's traffic, foot traffic up and down every sidewalk out here. Families walking around. Everything going on outside of this building. It is a great environment. This is a great happening town with a lot of participation in downtown Valdosta, Georgia. So enjoying the cigar, enjoying the company. You gotta come to Valdosta and check it out. Stogies Downtown is a great place.